to go through those. And Hannah, I just want you to know, I feel better after listening to all of that good information about self-care. So the tools that I included here are some really helpful things that exist on the web. Some of them are apps, some of them are links, but I feel like if you're just kind of feeling the craziness of exams and a study schedule, some of these tools are really practical. One of them is a time management tool. So you have 168 hours each week, and sometimes you expect more of yourself than the actual hours you have can give. And so this will help you figure out where your time is going. And sometimes, we just get steamrolled by our day and we're not even sure. So I encourage you, if time management is something that you feel like you could improve or benefit from, then click on that link and see what your actual time looks like. So there are some apps for minimizing distractions too. If you're like me and you need like a quiet space to be able to focus, then these apps may be able to help you. Self-control is a great one for kind of minimizing the apps on your computer and the interruptions and the pings that you get to kind of get your attention. Pomodoro Lite is for setting up a study schedule and programming in breaks for that. And Keep Focus is for blocking those phone distractions as well. So any one of those are free and they're waiting for you on the web to download. Plan for projects. So this is a really special link on the web, and it's a tool, and when you see it, it's going to be really, really old school, but it will help you to plan a timeline for any final projects, any study projects, any papers, any speeches that you have to give by the end of the year. And it breaks each part of that process down into smaller times and gives you actual dates, so that if you're somebody who likes to procrastinate like I do, and like Hannah said she does earlier, then this is a great way to kind of keep yourself on a path to completion for your projects. Test yourself. I mentioned earlier that testing yourself, self-testing, is the best way to retain material and retain information for a test and for the career that you're embarking on later. So any one of those apps or web resources named there can help you, and they're all free. Understanding material better, really, you can't replace the human experience if you're struggling there. So connect with your professors, use your class materials, and maybe connect with your classmates to create a virtual study group, or use the tutoring center that's actually open for you right now. So all of those resources through campus are the best way if you need support with material to access that support. Finally, final grade goals. There's so many good ways to approach your finals. Setting a goal for yourself will help you to kind of structure that and make a plan. We always work harder if we know we have goals that are written down somewhere for us to work toward. And so if you're not sure what those goals should be, that link there, Roger Hub, will actually help you to calculate based on the grade you want versus the grade you actually have and how many points are left in the class. So those are just a couple of resources for you. Hannah, did you want to talk about the other links that are here?
Yeah. So Calm and Chill. So if you are new to mindfulness, it's not something that you have practiced, there's a couple of great apps, UCLA Mindful, Stop, Breathe, and Think. That's one of my favorites. And Smiling Mind. Those are all free. And you can utilize those, and they serve as a great way to kind of get started, because I think when we're already in our own head, it can be difficult to shift into that mindful way of thinking. So this is a great place to start before you kind of get that practice in place and can kind of do it on your own more regularly. And then resources on self-care. If you're like me and you like to use social media, I think there are some really great things, especially on Instagram. There are two accounts that I follow that I really like. One is called Self-Care is for Everyone. And it's sort of this idea of normalizing that we actually do need to take time for ourselves. Like rest is one of the best things that we can do. It is productive to rest because it's going to give us the energy that we need to be successful. And then the Mental Health Coalition is where those images that I shared previously, that is where they came from. So definitely check that out. And then Pinterest, if you use Pinterest, is another place that I found can just have some really great ideas from people on how to use self-care. And the one thing I will say too about utilizing social media in this way, and something that I've tried to work on, is realizing that what we consume through things like social media channels, that has an impact on our brain as well. So if you're going to use it, you might as well fill it with content that is helpful to you, that is useful to you, that makes you feel good and feel positive and feel calm. So when you're thinking about your distractions and evaluating what's around you, setting boundaries for yourself is important. And that includes things like our social media channels and our use of technology.
I love that advice, and I love the idea of looking at like Instagram and Pinterest, because even for like testing strategies,
Mhm.
having a visual is sometimes just a really quick way to give your brain some information without having to read through buckets and buckets of text.
Yes.
And right now we're so tired of video, we're so tired of text, we're so tired of even talking online. And so those visuals can be such great help